Tonight after being attacked by a group of dogs while walking in his neighborhood in Mid-City. A similar incident apparently happened just a couple months ago involving another resident there.
Jennifer McGraw is live for us in Mid-City tonight. She's got the very latest. Jen?
Rick and Karine, a word of warning for our viewers. The surveillance video in this story is kind of jarring. Now, I spoke with the dog's owner, and she tells me this was only an accident. But in speaking with neighbors, they say it keeps happening.
It's about you. It's about you. Nobody likes you here. Yes, nobody likes you here.
A neighborhood fight over a family's dogs after a vicious attack. Again, it's hard to see.
Perfect. Telling a dog nutter, nobody likes you here. Nobody wants you here. Nobody likes you here. Why? Because you always endangering people. Everybody has to worry about your stupid dogs all the time.
It's about you. It's about you. Nobody likes you here. Yes, nobody likes you here.
A neighborhood fight over a family's dogs after a vicious attack. Again, it's hard to see, but especially to hear. An elderly man screaming for help as one of the dogs latches onto his leg.
My dad had to go to the hospital. He has his whole leg just torn apart from the dogs.
You've been doing too much. Stop bothering us.
The neighborhood dispute has been going on for months, but came to a head this week after 3 dogs escaped from the front yard.
Get out regularly. So what needs to be done is those dogs need to be removed immediately.
Lupita Rodriguez says her dad has multiple injuries from a dog that bit his ankles. Pictures too graphic to show.
But if it would have been a smaller person or a child, if they could have gotten to the neck or to the torso, we're afraid it could be death.
Since the attack, animal control officers came and the owner was forced to surrender all 3.
Very devastated. I'm hurt.
Heidi Hernandez says one of the dogs is an emotional support pet for her brothers with disabilities.
Now you see how dense this broad is? Listen to this.
The others were her sisters who recently passed away. She says they're not vicious.
No, they're not. And they've never been.
She says neighbors have been verbally harassing her.
And they're mean to our dogs as well. Our dogs sense that. All animals can sense when another person is doing something mean.
You hear how unstable, ignorant, uneducated this woman is? This is what I mean when I say dangerously ignorant or stupid. This is as dumb as you could possibly get. Nobody cares. She said emotional support dog. Like that's supposed to make a difference. This is what I'm talking about. You got complete lunatics who should be in a straitjacket. People with mental illnesses. That is what this is. This woman ain't right. She's not right. She's not mentally healthy at all. And you just allow people like this to own lethal mutants. Real smart.
Could be death.
Since the attack, animal control officers came and the owner was forced to surrender all 3.
Very devastated. I'm hurt.
Heidi Hernandez says one of the dogs is an emotional support pet for her brothers with disabilities. The others were her sisters who recently passed away.
I mean, what difference does that make? They used to own or they used to belong to someone who's passed away. That don't excuse them being there. They still shouldn't be there. I don't want to hear nothing about an emotional support dog. Ain't no killer supporting you emotionally. No killer dumb mutant. Brainless mutant.
One of the dogs is an emotional support pet for her brothers with disabilities. The others were her sisters who recently passed away. She says they're not vicious.
No, they're not. And they've never been.
And there you go. With these nasty nutters putting the camera on that nasty mutant's tail. As if a dog's tail wagging is so magical and it's supposed to mean something. Nasty.
Who recently passed away. She says they're not vicious.
No, they're not. And they've never been.
She says
these things attack someone, an elderly man. What is she talking about? Why would you make that statement that they're not vicious?
Neighbors have been verbally harassing her.
And they're mean to our dogs as well.
She's, here you have another person saying that other people are mean to her dogs. It was just like that other individual this lady who refused to give a statement, but she was clearly the victim. They're always the victim. Nobody's tormenting your dogs, lady. You and your dogs are tormenting everybody else. Nobody mean to your dog. And she stood there and said that the dogs can sense when people are being mean. That was icing on the cake. If you wasn't convinced, that should have pushed you off the porch and let you know that she don't have a functional brain cell in her skull. Totally unstable, and they need to get her and them dogs out of there. She is not safe to be in any community.
Her.
And they're mean to our dogs as well. Our dogs sense that.
She's an overt lunatic, psychopath, sociopath.
Animals can sense when another person.
All animals can sense. What do you... Oh, boy. Can't make this up.
Neighbors have been verbally harassing her.
And they're mean to our dogs as well. Our dogs sense that. All animals can sense when another person is doing something mean.
She feels badly for the man and is working to make sure the dog...
Where do these people get this information from? That's what I'm saying. See, in normal cases, these types of people wouldn't have power. Why does society empower people this unstable? You're not supposed to tell people, hey, yeah, you can go out and own as many lethal predators as you want. Insane.
Don't get out again. But at this point, their fate is unclear. In the meantime, under California law, the dog owner will be responsible for all medical costs. Legal expert Allison Treasel says that's not all.
And could possibly result in a criminal filing against the dog owner.
These people are nothing but troublemakers. They allow these dumb lunatics, excuse me, to own these things just to cause trouble. They want constant chaos. They do not want peaceful communities.
Now neighbors say it's a relief, and they're glad the dogs are gone.
What angers us is this could have been prevented. He's the second victim.
I wouldn't have been. And dogs would have been the victims. And if the lady's still there, she can just get some more dogs.
I spoke with the animal control officer and he said he cannot comment on this case, but the dog's owner tells me that she was told the dogs were taken in to be assessed. No word yet on what will happen.
Exactly. Be assessed by a bunch of deranged nutters. These people have to be stopped.